Today we are reading I Don't Work Here, Let Me Go Now. Karen shuts up when I speak up, way up. Yes, I work in this building, but I don't work here. You don't work here, lady, so stop assisting customers. And I'm not the cycle instructor, but thank you. Check out our I Don't Work Here Lady playlist in the description, subscribe for more videos like these, and hit the bell button, and I trust you to reach 150 likes for this video. Let's do this. I don't work here, let me go now. Yesterday was my niece's birthday, and to celebrate me, my brother, her dad, and her mom went out for lunch. We went to a burger joint that was only 3 minutes away from my house, and I chose the area if you couldn't tell. We pulled up, and next door to the burger place is this crappy looking car wash. Man, run. It was called something like Polo's Car Wash. It was probably just run by a dude trying to make a quick bucks. Me and my family didn't think much of it and headed inside. We ordered our food and we seated ourselves. We picked an outdoor table so my niece could use her bubble blower machine she got as an early present. From yours truly. Cue the Psycho B. We had just gotten our burgers when this lady ran over and started yelling at me. Now, to clarify, they did not have a fence around the outdoor seating. I don't know why, but they didn't.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Me and my husband have been waiting 20 minutes to get our car washed.
I care because...
Don't be so rude. I'm a paying customer and I would like service right now.
I started to understand the confusion and address the situation as calm as I could. Ma'am, I don't work there. I'm sorry. This lady grabs my arm, drags me over the table, and pushes me against her car. What the F?
Clean my car now!
I looked over and my brother was on the phone. Later, I figured he was calling the cops. Who the F do you think you are? I don't even effing work here. The lady then threw a bucket of water at me. I don't even know what? I was heated. What the F?
Wash the car.
At this point, a police car pulled up and 2 officers approached.
What's going on? Why are the police here?
My brother ran over and looked at the bruises I got from being dragged. The officers came up and started talking to the Psycho B. Ma'am, we got a call saying you assaulted this man. Is that true?
No, I just wanted service.
The officer turned to me. What happened here? I explained everything and the psycho didn't even deny it. She admitted she did that but said...
I did it because he was being a lesbian and didn't want to work.
I also explained how I didn't work here to the officers. Ma'am, turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Why?
You are under arrest for assault. The lady then kicked the freaking police officer in the leg and ran. She forgot they were 2 and was dragged to the ground by officer number 2. You're under arrest for assault and battery. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to consult an attorney. The officer went on and on about her rights as they handcuffed her and took her away. And my niece got to read police officer after they put her in the car. And if you were curious, yes, we did press charges. Karen shuts up when I speak, way up. Okay, so I have been working as a driver for one of those food delivery apps called WaitR for a while now. And this happened to me just before I got off my shift today. One of the places you can order food from with our app is a Subway inside the local Walmart. It doesn't happen too often, but enough that people get warned it can happen during orientation. Don't want us driving up and down the street looking for a restaurant we won't be able to see, I guess. Anyway, I was picking up a sandwich and had to grab the drinks and bags of chips for the order while it was being made. Now, the uniform I was wearing for work is a highlighter green t-shirt with the company logo on it and blue jeans. The Subway uniform is a dark green polo and black pants. So I see no way for them to be mixed up, as even color-blinded people will be able to tell the difference between them. When I've got the chips and drinks, I am heading for my bag when a woman sidestepped in front of me, making me stop short and almost drop everything. I'm a bigger guy, so sudden stops are not that easy for me.
Finally, I've been waiting for half an hour. Give me that.
Then she tried to grab the stuff from me. I pulled back and turned to block her. Hold up, ma'am, this is not yours. I have to deliver this to someone at their house.
Don't lie to me. Subway doesn't deliver. Now give me my food.
This is not your food.
You are a horrible waiter. I'm gonna get you fired. Where's your manager?
Ma'am, I'm not a waiter here. I work for...
Quit lying, you little. Your uniform says you're a waiter, so give me my food.
Now, I have had run into this sort of things a few times, since the shirt has the logo and says wet R on it. Some people assume it's just a typo and that whatever they are eating has decided to label their waiter for some reason. I have gotten used to explaining it to people, but I was about 5 minutes from getting off the clock and my delivery will be about a 15-minute drive, so I was really wanting to get out of here. So I ended up doing something that I kinda regret since she had a legit reason to complain about me. I took a deep breath and yelled right in her face, "I don't work here! Move!" She moved, looking like she had been smacked in the face with a wet fish. I dropped the chips in my bag, grabbed the sandwich and tossed it too, grabbed the drink and walked out feeling like a boss. I really hope she doesn't figure out where to call to complain cause I really like this job. Edit. I usually deal with stuff like this with the 3 strikes when you get yelled at policy, and the situation would have gone the exact same way if I hadn't been working. Mostly, I just feel insecure about doing it while on the clock, since that might get me fired. Yes, I work in this building, but I don't work here. So, quite a few years ago, I was working at a very popular worldwide known fast food chain, aka McDonald's. There were 2 McDonald's in my city, a big one and a much smaller one. The smaller one was inside a local Walmart. Thing is, in my city, McDonald's and Walmart had 2 different owners. So even though some of the McDonald's employees, including myself, sometimes work at the McDonald's inside the Walmart, we were still only considered McDonald's employees. The only place in the back store we were allowed was the place where our McDonald's stuff was, and we were specifically told that if a customer asked help for something Walmart related, we must go get one of their employees to help the customer. Anyways, when I was working at that McDonald's, I would often take the opportunity to shop a bit in the Walmart after I punched out, before taking the bus to go home. And since I hated to change in the bathroom or having to bring a change of clothes, I would often shop in my McDonald's uniform, minus the hat. As you can imagine, countless times I had to explain that I was working at the McDonald's only and had to get an employee to help them. Usually, the customers will understand, but for some, well, one that particularly marked me was the one that refused to let me get an employee and asked me to get stuff for them in the back store. C is the customer, me is me obviously, and BM is my blunt manager.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed backstore. If you could just let me.
BS! I saw you go there earlier. You're just too lazy. I don't effing care if you punched out. I'm not waiting any longer. You're going to get what I want now.
Again, I'm sorry, but the only place I am allowed is MD's.
I have enough. Where's your manager? I'm going to get you fired. Now, when this happened, we were close to the McDonald's and I see my manager coming in for one of his daily visits. So, I told my manager that someone wanted to talk to him. Thing to know about my manager, he's chill, but very blunt. So, my blunt manager goes to the customer. I want this employee fired. She refused to go in the back store to get what I need and was rude to me. Sir, we are only allowed in the area reserved for McDonald's stuff. We don't work at the Walmart. The customer seemed to be taking a bad, but apparently decided to lie to save his face. Oh, I didn't know that. She just said that she would not go and she was very rude. She was impolite, she swore at me and didn't do anything when I asked who could help me. Surely, you don't want an employee like that? The blunt manager looked at me as if to silently say, what the F is this guy's deal? I just shrugged, barely containing my tears at this situation. But thankfully, the blunt manager knew that I very rarely swore and that I was always polite, even with annoying people. After all, I already had worked for him a few years at the time this happened. Okay, first, I'm not going to fire a good employee. Second, if she swore at you and was impolite, then I am the Pope. Finally, what my employees do when they are not working is none of your effing business anyways. Now, I have work to do, so... With that being said, the blunt manager goes back to what he was doing and the customer leaves. You don't work here, lady, so stop assisting customers. I work at a bookstore and yesterday we hosted a book fair where a local school can come in and basically advertise for their school with a portion of profits for the time they are there going to their school. This particular group does one several times a year, and they are always a handful for employees. They try to set up this presentation, which is great, but no regular shopper really cares, and it just results in the school bringing too many people with nothing to do, mostly preteen and teenage kids. Now, we tell them every time and remind them several times when they are there that they are not supposed to approach customers or pester them while they are shopping. They get a designated area at the center of the store, and if people go there, they are free to tell them about their fundraising efforts and their school or anything they like really. They largely ignore this, but what are you going to do? Yesterday though, I had an entirely new experience. One of the girls with the book fair, they're a high school, so she's maybe 15, comes up to customer service, and there's a man standing behind her, but I assume he was waiting his turn for assistant. She asked me to look up a book, and I do, telling her we don't have it in stock but we'd be happy to order it, and that if we did have it, it would have been in the marketing section. She then turns around and relays all of this information to the man behind her. I stand there, half in amusement, half in speechless surprise that this girl has decided to take it a step beyond advertising for a school and start assisting customers. The man then very nicely says, "Okay, where's your marketing section?" So the girl turns back to me and in a low voice says, where's marketing? So I say out loud to both the girl and the customer, "Would you like me to assist the customer since you don't actually work here?" She agrees that she would like that, and the customer expresses his surprise, but follows me back to the marketing section. If you want to work for free, I guess that's your business, but we really can't have random people going around giving people the impression that they represent the company when they don't, and have customers wondering why we don't know where a product is and why you haven't been trained properly. I am not the cycle instructor, but thank you. So my boyfriend and I were running late to our cycle class and managed to get there about 3 minutes before the class was to start. And this particular chain lowers the lighting for a bar feel, and by then the lights were low. Now, my boyfriend is pretty new to spinning, so I usually help him with a setup. As I am in a hurry, I just go straight to his bike and start adjusting to the known settings for his height. I get his cleat into the pedals and ask about hypertension on the knees and the handlebar height. Little do I know that the lady behind me has been watching me the whole time. I turn around and she has a hopeful expression and is clutching her towel.
Hey, do you think you could do mine too?
She was so nice that I said sure and started running through the advice I've gotten over the years. At this point, the class is starting, the lights are low and the music is pumping. She keeps asking questions about her hip height and what's the best for her form. I felt kind of bad that I was rushing, but we got her set up and she was happy. I turned directly around and start my own bike. Class is about 7 minutes in. At the end of the class, she caught me right away and had a kind of horrified look on her face as she apologized profusely for making me late and mistaking me for an instructor. Honestly, I'm not in the best shape of my life, so to be mistaken for a professional spin instructor was kinda nice. Not the usual story, but I wanted to share as it worked out for both of us. Guys, before you leave, please check out our awesome I Don't Work Here Lady playlist. I am sure you will love it. Remember to help us reach 150 likes for this video, subscribe to the channel for more awesome Reddit stories, and hit the bell button to know exactly when we post a new video and join the notification gang. Thank you again for watching this 17th episode of I Don't Work Here Lady. See ya in the next video.